So the MiTEP program is the Michigan Institute for Teaching Excellence program, and it's a National Science Foundation funded project. Michigan Tech is the lead institution, and we are one of two institutions of higher education that are involved in the project. The other one is Grand Valley State University, and we're working primarily at this time with Grand Rapids Public Schools. They're our school district partner, and also with the Grand Rapids Area Pre-College Engineering Program.
Teams of teachers that go through a 3-year sequence of on-campus and in-the-field courses, workshops in their districts, observations in their classroom, and collaboration with supervisors in the Grand Rapids Public Schools.
Our goals for the project are really to improve teachers' content area training, meaning we want to have them have a more rich background in earth science, but we also want to help them learn how to teach it more effectively.
Scientists know from a tremendous amount of research on science learning that students learn best when they are most directly engaged in the content, and that means what is often referred to as inquiry-based learning or action learning or active learning. So we're trying to change the way that teachers actually conduct their classroom, get them away from the grill and drill, the call and response kind of approach to learning, and get them to actually doing things that involve building their understanding of earth processes.
An active learner has to construct meaning out of what you want them to know and be able to do. And so we design classes and courses and curricula at universities to engage the student in actually constructing their own knowledge.
It's basically a way to make sure that the students are really participants, full participants in the learning process, so that they're not just attending classes and doing what's expected of them because it's expected, but rather trying to get them to think about it proactively, about how the information they're learning is relevant to their lives, try to think up their own questions that they're interested in, and really get them involved in the whole learning process.
One of the things that the National Science Foundation is looking for is institutional change. And by that they mean change in the ways that school districts operate and deliver their services, and for that matter, changes in the ways that universities operate.
Teachers in the K through 12 area have known for a long time that it's very important to teach children information in a way that makes it interesting and relevant to them, whereas in universities, most of the university faculty are specialists in a particular discipline, but they have very little training in how to teach that discipline. And so the idea behind the whole NSF program is trying to get the institutions of higher education and the school districts to work together to improve teaching and learning at all levels.
Things have changed since we were in graduate school. Technology changes. This is a very rapid changing century. And different people have talents that we need to embellish. And so active learning enables all students to use all their talents to achieve the goals we set for them. If they don't want to do sciences or engineering, I'm happy with that. And they can choose to do another field or another kind of field, but I certainly want them to all achieve some sort of literacy in science and mathematics.
I think any university, but particularly a STEM-based university like Michigan Tech, a science and engineering institution, is really concerned not just with what they send students away with, but what do students come in with. We really have an obligation as a STEM university to be leading that effort to improving science and math education in elementary and secondary schools.
People have to decide that the tax money they pay and give towards our institutions and the tuition money that comes in, there's a value added, and we have to decide what that value added is. This fundamental literacy in the sciences, the broad sciences, and also our responsibility to society to say that if you have a college degree from Michigan Tech or from Michigan State University, this is what our students can do. This is what they know. They're analytical. They're interdisciplinary. They understand diversity. They can communicate multiple ways. They value cultural differences in a very diverse state. So it's our responsibility, and we're accountable to the people of Michigan.